there guys, and welcome back to the Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. And it's actually going to be Horizon 5 gameplay, but as the title and description would suggest, it's not going to be any guide or gameplay specifically from Horizon 5. So you may have noticed in the past week or two that we had a bit of a burst of views and subscribers, meaning that we jumped from 239 subscribers around 2 weeks ago to now being at 263 at the time of recording on Tuesday the 29th of March. So it's quite a significant jump. It means we've gained 24 subscribers, and we actually gained about 19 within less than a week, which is absolutely insane. So if you are one of those new 24 people that has joined the channel in the past few weeks, I can only say a massive thank you to you, because you've got me over 250 subscribers, which is a milestone that I've been waiting to get for quite a few weeks now, maybe months. We've been stuck around 220, 230 for quite a while, and to have such a sudden jump, with the video causing this sudden jump to have over 400 views, is quite substantial. So thank you very much guys for the support. I really do appreciate it. It just makes me making these videos worth it. And it tells me that you guys do like my content, and that you're basically telling me you want me to do more of it, and that makes me very happy. Yeah, it makes me think that I've succeeded in what I'm doing, at least partially. And I like to think that I've helped a few people, like with seasonal challenges and other aspects of the game, because that is generally the main goal of the channel, is to help people rather than to showboat or anything. I am here to help. And that was the main purpose of me creating this channel around 1.5 years ago. So, because we've passed 250 subscribers, I said that I would do something special, seeing as though it's a quarter of 1,000. I said that I'd do something quite special, and on the live stream we did at the end of January, if I remember correctly it was the 27th of January, but correct me if I'm wrong, because I know there's some of you that will correct me, feel free to do so. We did a live stream on Horizon 5, it's actually the second most recent, because we did one a couple of weeks ago. And before you ask me in the comments when the next one will be, just let me talk for a minute please. So basically on that live stream, I can't remember whether it was during it, I think we had a bit of a discussion during it, and then I messaged Cole Palm afterwards to thank him for joining the stream, and we had a little bit of conversation before I went to bed that night about the competition. So that's what this video is all about. Cole Palm suggested me doing another competition. Quite a lot of people in the live chat of that live stream thought it to be a good idea. Because we did this for 150 subscribers in Horizon 4, I thought it'd be good to do a competition in Horizon 5. I've learnt a bit from the last one, so some aspects of the last one have been removed. I've improved, hopefully, to make this competition more fair, more fun, and in general just a bit of a better competition, more organised, if you see what I mean. So this video is essentially to inform you of what the competition entails, what you're going to need to do to enter yourself into the competition, and what you're going to need to do to prepare. So back onto the topic of when the next live stream will be. Well, to be honest with you, the next live stream, when I get to do it, will probably be the competition live stream. But don't worry, hold your horses, because you have got time. I definitely will not be doing it this week, because I'm too busy this week. However, next week and the following week after that, I'll be off. I will have a 2-week break, so I will have more time to produce content and to work on the competition live stream. So you can expect that next week or the following week we will do another live stream with the competition, and we might be able to even do a couple of live streams in that 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3, one of which would be in the competition, and then we can do some maybe festival playlists and like just normal racing. But do expect the competition live stream to be in around 2 weeks or a week and a half, just depending on when I'm free, because I know on the Monday and Tuesday next week I'll definitely be busy, and I'm likely to be busy a couple of the days throughout each week, so I'll just have to see when I can organise to do the live stream. It'll probably be during the day. However, if it best suits you in your time zone, I will try to organise it so that as many time zones across the world are able to access this. So obviously I've got to count for people that are hours behind and also hours ahead. Usually I do them at 7 p.m. GMT, and that kind of counts for people in Europe that are, say, a couple of hours ahead, so that will be getting late into their evening, so they can last for a couple of hours. It also counts for people that are a few hours behind. In America, I know there's people on the channel that are 5 hours behind, 8 hours behind, maybe 6 hours behind. So I do try to organise my streams so that as many people can join from across the world. So if any particular time is ideal for you, that would be suitable for quite a lot of time zones, then let me know in the comments, and then I can try and organise the best time on the day I do select to do this competition. So essentially the competition is racing. It mainly evolves around racing. I haven't yet decided fully on the competition, so everything in this video, all the information I give you, needs to be taken with a grain of salt, because it may change in the next few days or in the next week as I kind of read all of your comments with suggestions and what you're saying in the comments, and kind of review all of the information that I give in this video. There may be a couple of things that change, and so just like as I said, take it with a grain of salt and do expect things to change, not dramatically, but say car restrictions might change. I might tweak a couple of things. But for now I have got 6 tracks that we're going to be racing. 3 of them I have made, and 3 of them are tracks off the map that I've then blueprinted to be more laps, and I'm going to give them the share codes for them to you in this video so that you can go and practice if you're interested. However, something that I will also touch on later, I may have to re-blueprint these when it comes to the actual competition live stream, because when you blueprint them in solo there's no option for collisions off, and I found that for you to turn collisions off you usually have to be in a convoy, because then it knows you want to do it in co-op, so it lets you turn collisions off. So there is a possibility that I might have to re-blueprint these. However, I've got them blueprinted now so you can practice over the next week or two ready for the competition. The only slight problem is though, when you blueprint, especially, well, specifically with my custom tracks, because of the custom route, you have to test drive it before you can publish it. So there is a possibility, unless there is a way around it that one of you can let me know in the comments, that when I actually blueprint it I'm going to have to race it myself on the stream before we all race it, just to basically get it to be able to publish it. But I might be able to figure a way around that. Hopefully collisions will be off anyway, but as I said there was no option, so I can't be certain on that. So let's get into the tracks then. There is one specifically that I'm going to have to show you a bit of gameplay of, because there are a couple of things in it where the event lab was being a bit glitchy, and so there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of. They're not massive problems, but as long as you're aware of them then you know what to do. So if I pop into my shared events, I'm just going to highlight the ones that we need to focus on. So if I go and find race number 1, so this is race number 1 here, it's called SG250 Comp race number 1, and this is the one that I'm going to have to show you gameplay of. So once I've given you the information, I'm going to jump to different sections of it, so I'm not showing you the whole race. I'm going to jump to the sections where these glitches happen, and just to show you what happens and what you need to do to avoid it. So this one is 2 laps. When I went around doing the test drive, it took me around 4 minutes to do a lap, but that was in an S1 class car. It might have been S2 actually, but I wasn't driving particularly fast, I was just going around casually. It took me about 4 minutes a lap, so I thought 2 laps, depending on what cars we choose for this, which I'm going to let you know in a minute. I've got written down a brief idea of what cars we're going to use for this. It may take up to 10 minutes to do this racetrack. So as you can see, it says sorry for the barrier, just dodge to the left. So I'm obviously going to show you that to show you what the barrier is. So this is available, this is shared, and as you can see the share code is on the screen there, so 841198995. And the car restrictions that I've selected at the moment for this, which may change as I said earlier, are A-class, modern or retro sports cars. So say for example Porsche Cayman, Mazda Miatas, Honda NSXs, things like that. And I've yet to decide whether I'm going to create tunes for them, which would take a while, or I'm going to select cars that I'm going to ban a couple of OP cars and then allow you to tune yourself. What I'm not going to do is allow you to download anybody else's tune apart from mine, unless it's someone else partaking in the competition. But again, I'll review that and make sure that it's suitable. So like I said, I'm yet to decide whether I'm going to tune a couple of cars and get you to download my tunes, or whether I'm going to ban a couple of cars that I believe to be too OP and then get you to tune your own cars, or download my tune if I have one available. So just take that with a grain of salt. But A-class, modern / retro sports cars, if you want to practice this, it is coming. All of these tracks at the moment are anything goes, so obviously I'll blueprint that correctly once I've finalised what cars we're going to be using. So now I'm going to enter this race. I'm going to go around one of the thing is near the start, so I'm going to drive to that and then cut to it, and the other things are right at the end, so I'm going to drive around the whole racetrack and go and show you them. So I shall go and do that now, so I shall see you in a few seconds. Okay, so as you can see, this is a glitch I wasn't actually aware of, it's just appeared now. I actually spawned just down the road there, about 100 metres behind, and as you can see from the minimap, the start/finish line is around the corner, so I'm not really sure why it spawns us here. This does obviously mean I will have to re-blueprint this one when we actually do the competition, but for practice, just drive around the corner and ignore that. I'm now going to skip to the first other thing, which is actually at the end of the track, but because I'm behind the finish line I'm able to show you it now, so I'll see you in another couple of seconds. Okay, so as you can see here, I placed a barrier behind where you spawn in the normal race. Obviously I spawned down there for some reason, I don't really know why. This is because originally I planned it to be a different route, and I planned it to be a sprint race, but then I decided to create a shorter version of the circuit, and then one of the other tracks, the second track, is where it was going to carry on this route. So when I saved that, I realised I couldn't then edit it because it only allows you to edit checkpoints and not edit Blueprint Builder, which I believe is pretty stupid. So Playground Games, if you are watching, a kind of light suggestion, can you please in the next update allow editing of Blueprint Builder as well. The way to get around this, there is a way to get around this, is simply just to do this. Hitting them obstacles obviously does reduce your speed a bit, however it's nothing major, and you can carry quite a lot of speed around there. Just try not to hit the barrier, and hopefully as long as nobody's going across the finish line at the same time, there'll be no problems with colliding into each other there, but nothing really I can do about that unless I completely redraw the route. Okay, so the next glitchy thing, as you can see here, is the kind of 3-thing checkpoint. It's actually 2 checkpoints, and without going into a detailed explanation that's not necessary, and is very hard to understand, basically the checkpoint placed itself and I couldn't delete it. But it doesn't matter because it just counts it anyway. And then up the road here, you'll also see that there's another 2 checkpoints placed inside each other. You don't have to touch it. Just go through and it'll count both of them at the same time. No real issues there. So now I need to skip to the end to show you the final glitch with this track that seems to be a problem but actually isn't if you carry on driving. Okay, so the final thing, I've driven around this circuit and we're back at the start finish line. I go through this checkpoint and as you can see there's no more checkpoints to the finish line. However, the game thinks I've missed a checkpoint. Simply just carry on driving, go across the finish line and it sorts it. I've no idea why the game does that, but as long as you keep driving, avoid the barrier and get to the start finish line in 5 seconds, which should be no problem, you'll be absolutely fine. I can only apologise, but Forza is a very strange game at times, so yeah. just a little glitch for you there. So we'll move back onto the tracks now. There should be no glitches with any of the other tracks, so we'll now just give you the information for all the others that you need. Moving on then, we have race 2, and this is another one of my custom races. Now we may actually do these in a different order, where we do custom, Playground Games Original, custom, Playground Games Original, custom, Playground Games Original. But for now, I've named the custom ones 1, 2, 3, and the map originals 4, 5 and 6. So we might change the order a bit, but that's what they're like for now, just to keep things organised. So with this one then, as you can see, it's a bit of a longer one, and it actually includes a couple of dirt sections. So the first dirt section, if you look closely on the map that we have here, for some reason it isn't popping up. Can you please? Why is the route not popping up? That's very dumb of you. Okay, so Forza's decided to be very sus, and it's not actually showing the route anymore for some reason. But anyway, when you actually first enter the track, you will, if you've caught it before it went disappeared, you will have seen the zigzag kind of all the way down to the top. Well, it appears the top on the map, but it's the bottom of the hill. That's a dirt section, and then a little later on at the end of the canyon road, you cut through a little dirt section, and then again to get back, but it's not very long. So the cars that I've chose for this one might not seem like they're going to cope very well, but if you tune them correctly, or if I tune them correctly, if that's how we're going to do it, you should have no problems. Most of this track is road, just the occasional bit is dirt, just to mix it up a bit, because I didn't want to make them all road. Hence why later on you'll see that the maps that I've, the tracks that I've chose off the map are off-road based, most of them anyway. So for this one I've put down S1 class, any Lamborghini, Ferrari or McLaren. Now again, I might have to ban some of these, because obviously some of them are going to be absolutely OP. Par Exemplaire, the Ferrari 599XX Evo, Par Exemplaire, the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. However, these wouldn't qualify anyway, but there may be some that I'm going to have to ban. And no, by the way, I am not French, I just speak a bit of French because I studied it last year. So that's what I've chosen. Obviously Lamborghinis are all-wheel drive, so they're going to have no problem on the dirt as long as you put them on rally suspension. Ferraris and McLarens, you're going to have to all-wheel drive swap them, unless you're called coal palm, in which you're just going to drive it as it is with 1,000,000 horsepower and still win while you're on keyboard. So yeah, that's that one. So as I said, it's a longer track, hence why it's only been 2 laps. It took me about 6 minutes to do it in an S2 car, my S2 GTR. So it's going to take about 6 minutes in our S1 cars probably. So 12 to 15, well 12, I'd say 12 to 13 minutes overall, depending on how fast everybody is in the lobby. Obviously we can only have 12 people in the lobby at a time, including myself, which means there'll be 11 other people. So if more than 11 people apply to the competition, all we'll do is simply just run it twice. It's not a problem, so don't hold back. If there's already loads of people that have entered, don't hold back from entering, because you've still got a chance of winning. We'll just run it a couple of times. Obviously if we have 12 people applying, that's going to become a bit of an issue, because then we're going to have one person racing against the self. So in that case I might have to separate it into like a 6 and a 6, if you get what I mean. But it's not a problem, so just still apply if there are people. I doubt that we'll get more than 11 people, but if we do, that's great. That is very, very much appreciated that many people consider it to be a good competition. So moving on to the custom track number 3 then, if I can find that. Oh dear, where's it gone? Bear with me a second, because it appears to have disappeared. Right, I've no idea where that's gone. I'm just going to have to go in the local one. Maybe it hasn't shared properly or something, I'm not really too sure. Oh dear me. I love it when these things happen. There it is. Right, I'm not really sure why that isn't shared, because it has a share code, so I don't really know why it hasn't shared that one, but we'll go with it. So this one is 3 laps, and as you can see, it's actually around Moulage. So you start at the actual Moulage circuit, you go through Moulage, out, round through past the airport, across the bridge, you go around the roundabout, then I've made my own bridge parallel to the other bridge to get you back across. You cut across a field to the road. This is because when I made it, I actually had you going right around the roundabout and back along the same road. Forza got confused and said I'd missed the checkpoint. So I had to create my own. I had to completely redraw the route, which took another like hour, half an hour, and make my own bridge. So that's why it's a bit sus. But anyway, 3 laps. I think it took me like 3 or 4 minutes for a lap. So again, 10 to 12 minutes for this one. I've got us using B class, retro, super or standard hot hatches. So basically any hot hatch. Again, this may change, but I thought it'd be pretty cool to run it in some hot hatches. So Audi S1s, Ford Focuses, Audi RS3s, Mini Coopers, stuff like that. And if we actually get to the point where we don't run the competition until the Mini Cooper GP comes, which is very unlikely, we'll be able to use that as well. So that's that one. So the share code for that one is 109989417. All of these can be found by my gamer tag, but apparently this one isn't shared. So if this one doesn't appear, then let me know, because there might have been a glitch with it sharing. But I did share them all, so I don't really know why that would happen, to be honest. Right, so if I go back in here now, so this is race number 4. This is the first one from the map. So it's based off the urban cross-country circuit on the edge of Guanajuato. I've blueprinted it to 6 laps because it's quite a short circuit. I reckon it only takes about a minute for a lap. So these ones are going to be a bit shorter races. So the share code for this blueprint is 595431060. If I have to re-blueprint these on the day so that collisions are off, it should be no problem because there's no custom route or rules, so I'll just be able to publish them straight away. So for this one, I've got us down using S1 class Land Rovers, Jeeps or Toyotas. Now obviously all Land Rovers are off-road based, so there's no issues with that. Pretty much all Jeeps are off-road based. With Toyota, I'm referring to the Baja truck, both the Land Cruiser, the Land Cruiser AT37, the Hilux AT38, the Tundra and the 4Runner, because they're the 5 off-road vehicles, and the FJ40. So they are the 6 off-road, like full off-road vehicles from Toyota. So they're the ones I'm referring to. If you need me to clarify that, let me know in the comments. So S1 class, meaning you're going to definitely have to upgrade them. However, it should be quite fun to full send it round this circuit in S1 class off-road cars. So that should be pretty cool. So that's that one. And now if we move on to race number 5. Blah blah blah. Okie dokie. So this one is 5 laps and it's based on the River Scramble, which is it goes under the bridge at the bottom left of the map where you go over that massive bridge. So it runs under that one if you've never raced it before. So the share code for this one is 8167504428. 5 laps. From memory in B or A class, this takes about a minute and a half a lap because it is a bit of a longer circuit with road and dirt sections. So 5 laps is taking us up to about 8 minutes, that kind of thing. And for this one, I've got us down using A-class pickups and 4x4s. So Ford Raptors, Chevy Colorados, Mercedes X-classes, 4x4s could be similar to the ones with the S1900 Land Rovers, things like that, but obviously it's going to be A-class. I don't think there's going to be really any clashes between using the same vehicles, but there might be between pickups, 4x4s and the Land Rover, Jeep, Toyota kind of thing. If there is, you can use the same car. I don't really see why I should ban you from using the same car, but obviously you're going to have to tune it differently because it's different classes. But hopefully people are more likely to use like pickups for this one. I had in mind kind of Raptors and stuff like that racing around here. I thought that would be pretty cool. So that's that one. And then the final one, which we've gone past a million times, is based on the River Scramble. So that's the one on the top of the volcano. I've blueprinted this to 8 laps because from memory it takes less than a minute to complete a lap on this one in like an A-class car. So again, this is going to take us 8 minutes or so, depending on what cars we're in. For this one, I've got us in B-class, classic or retro rally. So you're looking at Lancia Fulvias, Mini Coopers, like the classic Mini Cooper. You're looking at retro, like the first edition Mitsubishi Lancers, possibly the Subaru 22B if that comes in the retro rally category, things like that. So basically anything pre-2000 that's in a rally car category. So I thought it'd be pretty cool, full offer of race tyres. If we're going that way, I might have to make that a rule and just full sending it around the circuit. So you can see the share code on screen there, 7534424. Well, 424 times 2 basically. So they are basically all of the tracks that I've selected, and hopefully there's a good range of tracks. Most of my custom events are obviously road, apart from the one where it's got a slight bit of dirt in it, which is why for the ones that I've picked off the map, I've picked dirt and cross country, just to even it out a bit, because as Cole Palm said when we were discussing it a few weeks ago, it's better to include all interests and skill levels so that everybody has a fair chance of, say if somebody's better at cross country than they are road racing, they might lose on the road racing, but then they might dominate on the cross country, so it gives everybody a fair chance at competing, and at least having a chance at getting on the podium or winning a race that favours them. And there's also quite a good balance between shorter circuits and longer circuits. I think 2 of my custom tracks are longer ones, and then the custom track, the tracks off the map that I've selected, the pre-made ones from Playground Games, 2 of them are shorter and 1 of them is a bit longer, so it kind of evens it out a bit and gives everybody a fair playing field. And as I said earlier, I've mentioned this throughout the video, these things may change. They're not likely to change massively, but car restrictions may change slightly. I might update these to ban certain cars and decide whether I'm going to pre-tune the cars myself or get you to tune them yourself. So moving on, the final part of this video, now that I've given you all the information, is essentially how do you actually enter. So I've mentioned it in the past couple of videos. We've had a couple of entries already. I think Roshan said he was interested. Cole Palm's obviously interested because he suggested it in the first place. I think Dobra said he was interested, but he didn't know whether he'd be free. Same for Elf. So we have already had a couple of entries where I've mentioned it in previous videos. Essentially, all you need to do to enter yourself is to let me know of your gamer tag, unless it's different to your YouTube username, and just let me know if you are likely to be free between the times of say 4 and 10 PM GMT on any day. As I said earlier, I have no idea when I'm going to do it at this point, but it will probably be next week, either later on next week like Thursday, Friday, or next weekend. It's probably not going to be this weekend, and I'm definitely not going to be able to do it Monday or Tuesday next week because I am away. So anytime later next week is probably when you should be asking or organising with your family if you're going to be able to do it, if that is necessary. So to enter, basically, either if I remember, I'll put a pinned comment on this video that you can reply under with your gamer tag and whether you think you're going to be free or not, and if you've got any recommendations or improvements that I could make. If I forget to put the pinned comment on, which quite often happens, so don't be surprised, you can just put a separate comment on yourself and let me know what it's for. I mean, I'll know what it's for, but if you just put it on there, then it makes it obvious to me. If you don't want to put it in the comments, like if you don't have an account, you're not signed in, you can message me on Discord. So my username is just Shylo, spelt the same way as it is on the channel, hashtag 3087. So if you want to DM me on there, if you just let me know who you are, then I can accept your friend request, and so I know who I'm talking to. Or alternatively, you can send me a direct message on the Xbox, either on the Xbox app. So my gamer tag is on the top left of the screen there, Shylo 2017. So if you want to message me on there, there are 3 ways you can contact me with your gamer tag and details, so that I can note you down as being interested. And as I said, if we have more than 11 people, I'll just make sure that I balance the 2 convoys out so that we will have a fair kind of balance between races. So that's pretty much it, guys. If I've missed anything important that you need to know about the competition, let me know in the comments down below, and obviously let me know if you want to partake. It'd be brilliant to get as many people partaking as possible. Regarding prizes, I'm not currently sure on what the prizes are going to be. I think last time Stephen won and I gave him access for about a month of shout outs to his channel and links to his channel on the end screen, so he gained a few more subscribers from that. So if you want something similar, if you want me to do something different, obviously within reality, I can't like give you £1,000 or something because that's just ridiculous, but something within reality that either I can do in game for you, I can promote you in some way, or just do something to help you out. There is a possibility that I could do merch, but I'm not sure whether we're at that stage yet. I was planning on doing it, but because the 250 came so quickly within such a short time, I haven't really been able to organise what part of the merch, because I've got a couple of bits at home, like the glass placemats and stuff that I've got, that I've kind of had a few ideas about of what I can do for merch, but yeah, it's a bit difficult, so I reckon rule out merch for this one, but it might come soon if I get it organised as to what I can produce quickly for people that need it. And at first it might be just a prize kind of thing only. Apart from that, just let me know if I've missed anything in the comments, like I said. And I hope you enjoy practicing, and I hope you enjoy the competition when it comes. So until now, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're interested and you want to watch more content on my channel. I massively appreciate it. Get us to 300 subscribers now is the next goal, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.